What'd you say?
Like I'm just hearing that through your headphones ever so slightly, and you're just kind of like bobbing your head, and
I kind of like that. That's kind of interesting.
I couldn't hear it, so it's gonna be new to me when I actually listen to the show.
Oh, okay. I try to do the higher resolution, but YouTube won't do it, and Twitch won't do it either. So I gotta go with the best that they got, which is still pretty good, but you know, is what it is. So, yep. Welcome back to Coffee with Crows. I'm your host Frank, and my other co-host Brad over
Yeah,
over yonder. He's
yeah, I'm
how
coming in dark today.
he's how many miles away? How many miles are you away from me? 700 miles? I don't know. 700 miles, but on the
I
TV
don't know
screen?
how long is it across the entire United States, but it's weird, it's you never really image it, I guess. Maybe some people can, but like how long is Pennsylvania? Yeah, I think a little
Mm,
more 700.
I think Wisconsin's bigger than Pennsylvania.
I think it's like, oh, I'm sure it is. I know, that's what I mean. Like Pennsylvania is like a fair sized state, and it's one of 50.
I think if Minnesota, Michigan, and Illinois didn't eat up parts of Wisconsin, Wisconsin would be massive. Because they took different parts. Northern Michigan technically should be Wisconsin because
For
it's
some
in
reason,
the territory, you know?
I feel like Wisconsin is like close to Montana for some reason. It's not. It's not at all.
Well, yeah, Montana's just Minnesota and then Montana.
Well, but Minnesota's big,
Yeah.
and Montana is big,
Well, actually,
and
Minnesota,
I'm
North
saying,
Dakota, and then I forgot about North Dakota. It's so forgettable.
yeah, it's and they're so big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm saying like it's not even like Wisconsin's near Montana, but for some reason I kind of feel like they're like right near neighbors.
Well,
I
we
forget
sort
how
of are.
much
Like,
bigger.
you could take like a 10 for 12-hour drive out there, and then it would be like 14 hours to get to Montana, maybe. But depending upon where
Yeah,
you're
but
coming
at
from.
that rate, Wisconsin can probably get to, Colorado.
Yeah, not, well, maybe.
Wisconsin's pretty centered, or like even Chicago, like, that Illinois, and they're
It
pretty
depends. It
centered,
depends on the traffic, too. I've gone that road.
obviously.
That
You
is
put it
such a
on the map.
boring road to
I'll do
drive
that.
on. You go through um, Iowa. You go through. Oh my gosh, that is such
To
a
be honest,
boring road to drive on.
all
You could
roads are
easily
boring.
fall asleep driving on that road. But yeah, we're gonna talk about games and kind of like fill in the blank, add to it tonight, I guess,
I'm gonna
because
keep it open. Like I said, so my wife went we were just on the grocery store, and we were gonna stop at the liquor store, and I gave her $60, and I was like, just get me like a nice bottle of scotch. I was like, I want it 12 years aged. I was like, Johnny Walker's good, Magellan's good. And she comes back with this Johnny Walker Black Label, and she goes, I had to spend $72 on this. And I'm thinking like, damn, Johnny Walker Black Label like got expensive. It's like I know it's not Red Label, but it's Black Label, and it's not like I was like, I could have sworn like Black Label is like, I don't know, $40 a bottle or something like that, or
how
40
much did you
couple of
drink
them.
tonight? You said it's almost done. Are you just having that one bottle today?
No, today and yesterday, there's still, a good amount. It's probably
Show
almost
everybody how big that thing is. You're like it's $75. It's I can't.
73.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's got a handle to
But what,
on the inside of
yeah,
it.
that's the thing. So when I pulled it out, I was like, oh, I was like, this isn't a 750 milliliter. This is a one. That was nice, but like, damn, just plowing through that thing.
Yeah.
It's so tasty though. Johnny Walker is tasty. I know blended isn't necessarily like everybody's favorite, but I like Johnny Walker. I don't know.
I've had it a few times. I'm not a big.
What
I don't
what's
go
the
for
most
liquors all the time
what's the
because.
most expensive liquor you've ever had? Like what is it and what is it called, if you
Oh
remember?
geez, I can't remember. It's vodka though.
A
Um,
vodka. Okay.
it's got a big red dot in the middle of the top of it. Well, it's not a dot, but it's like bubbling out. Well, it's either between that and or Redbreast. Redbreast, I think 12 had in Ireland. It's a whiskey, and I don't know. It was like $6 a shot.
Didn't
But
we have that though
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
at the bar?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was pretty good.
It was either
I'll say
that or this other vodka,
I
which I
think
can't remember the name of it, but it was.
Johnny Walker Blue Label is probably the most expensive type of bottle I've ever had, drank.
Mhm.
And it's not even like that's that expensive. Have you ever had Johnny Walker Blue Label?
No, I don't. Well, if I did, it's been some time.
It's
There's.
tasty. I like it.
Hmm.
Maybe again, maybe I'm crazy. If some super Scotch person wants to throw me a nice type of bottle to get,
Do you know
maybe I'll
what?
buy it. But
It'd be funny if we had some Scotch people come in here and be like, "Yeah, I love this stuff." I don't really talk to too many people that are huge Scotch drinkers, so if I do,
but
that'll be a
for
first.
$359, they had a Johnny Walker Blue Label, and it was like a single.
Single
I didn't
malt.
like the I don't like the def they were just too much like, oh, it's with it's brown sugar and it's got this nice caramel color. And I know the caramel is just based on color, but I don't know, like I just feel like 30 years aged, you want it to be like oaky, like a scotch with oak
I
taste.
have a great idea, Brad. What's the best alcohol to drink with what particular game?
Best
Now, typically for like a strategy game, hard liquor is actually not so bad. Like if I were to have Jaeger, I would say Jaeger is a good brigandine drink. Now, other people might disagree. They might like some other kind of hard
well,
drink, but
I was thinking even more like the vodka or the barley liquor, the soju, the Japanese, soju.
hmm,
Something that's very, very like clear,
hmm.
as for the strategy games, because that's just kind of like how you need to be. You need to be kind of like loose and
The
just
problem
go
is the
for
more
it.
clear it is, the more clear it makes your mind. It seems, at least to me. It's like, yeah, I
But
played
that's
a.
that's how you need to be. What other kind of clear liquors are there? Yeah, have you ever had soju? Did I give you that one of your?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I've had
I don't know
sake
how you say.
before.
I don't know how you say it. Well,
Sake,
soju's not exactly the same as sake.
it's not the
Sake's
same.
like a rice wine.
Yeah.
Soju's a barley like liquor.
Okay,
It's
so
it
it's like beer.
No, it's a liquor.
It's like a
It's
half a beer,
I think it's like 25% or
part of a
so.
beer, more concentrated beer.
No, it's
Is it
like
like
it
mash?
almost tastes like a vodka.
It's more like a vodka. Okay.
It's like a vodka almost, but
Oh,
it
dude,
has
have you had this? The Jim Beam,
Budweiser. Yeah.
the Jim
Oh
Beam mix.
no, not Jim Beam with Budweiser. No.
It's not bad. It's very full bodied. Like it hits you when you have it. It's very full bodied. It's not gonna.
I just don't like Budweiser.
I can drink it. That's usually when I'm going cheap. I'll have that because it's usually like $5 cheaper than anything else at the time. Like
I
whatever you want
I feel like
comparatively.
honestly, first person shooter games are like pilsners like that, like Budweisers and stuff, or Coors Light.
Yes,
If you're playing
yes.
a first person shooter game, you're in it for the long haul.
Why do
So
people hate pilsners so much? Like I don't know. I don't get that. It's there. Well, okay.
well,
There are
you either
some
love it or
pilsners
you
that.
hate it. It's kind of pilsner, so love it or hate it. If either you love drinking Coors Light or Miller Light or any of the other lights, or you just want to drink something more full bodied, thicker,
Well,
stronger
the thing
taste,
is, like, yeah, I
calories.
kind of get that, and I think for a shooter game, it makes sense. But like, if I get a pilsner, I get like I get something like New Berlin pilsner. They've got different
Something
kinds
that's
of pilsner.
pushing lager. I don't know what New Berlin is, so
New Berlin had a pilsner. I don't remember what it's called, but it had like a logo of a long boat, like a single file longboat on it. Great stuff, great stuff. And then I think they changed the logo or they changed the style of the Pilsner, but it still tastes really good. So, like, there's some Pilsners I really like, but most of the really light stuff, like Coors Light or anything MGD, I don't, I can't have that. It's way too watery. I might as well just get
I'm
filtered water at that point and then save myself some money.
I'm even like that with Corona practically. You know, people are like, oh, you want to have a Corona? It's like,
I hate Corona.
I guess. You know, like
I hate Corona. Like I'll have. I don't know if
even
Sol is.
hell, even Heineken. Like, what is
Nah.
Heineken? Heineken's not a Pilsner though. Is that a lager?
I don't know. I think Heineken might be, but Heineken has some other variances to it. Maybe.
Yeah,
But Heineken is
Heineken
a really
is like
interesting one that
it's like
I
an
don't know.
ale.
Well,
So
like Rolling
dry.
Rock, I get sick of Rolling Rock so fast.
Ugh. Yeah, I know.
Like
You
one
know,
of my friends
I
really
don't
likes
mind
that stuff.
people. Some people will drink it, but
I'm like,
like,
how do you drink that shit? It's not, I'm sorry if you like it, but I can't. I just can't have that. It's just too.
where did Rolling Rock come from? It's weird. You're right. You're right. Rolling Rock seems like one of those companies that's just gonna like, you know, not hack it down the line. It'll just disappear. If there's a green bottle, it's Heineken. It's not Rolling Rock.
I don't know. I think if you don't have a taste for alcohol, you're gonna like Rolling Rock.
Well,
You
why don't you
know.
just go get a Hurricane 2 liter 40 or 40 ounce Hurricane 40 ounce?
Yeah, I don't know,
We're
man.
just
It's
talking about liquor, but
well, I mean, like for games, like if you're gonna drink something for a game, like because
just
shooter games last a long time, and you kind of have to be on your ball about it. So you don't want something super heavy or something that's gonna knock you out. You know, you kind of need something you can kind of have throughout the night. It's gonna be okay. Like if you have a
I had a
Budweiser,
buddy though.
if
I
you
had a buddy
have
though that would drink
um,
really strong Captain and ginger ales, really strong Captain ginger ales, and play first person shooters though.
Captain, really,
Yeah, dude, like I'm talking like 7/8 of it was like Captain and 1/8 of it was ginger ale. I was always like,
that's not really a Captain and ginger ale at that point. You got
he,
basically just a captain. A captain with a
that's how
hint
you go though.
of something that's not.
That's how people go though. Like they slowly make their drink. Like the first one will
That's
be
like
like
having a that's like having the
four
drink
shot to
on
three,
rocks.
4-3 ratio of alcohol to
But that's like
liquor.
just having the drink with rocks. That's about it because you got that little bit of water in there to cut. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
like
know.
that little bit of water. You know, water doesn't necessarily make a drink taste bad.
How much is the most you drank when we were playing shooters back when we played pretty
I don't
hardcore? I mean,
know.
we'll still play it, but
I don't remember a specific day.
or the day you threw the controller, you're like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I heard the headset snap.
Yeah, but that wasn't. I don't even know. I don't even know if I was drinking that day. Maybe I was.
I don't know if you were. I don't remember.
That's just because, dude, it was straight like skippiness. Where I mean, I don't know if you remember. Zodiac kind of remembers better, but like, dude,
The guy was
point
Skippy.
blank, point blank, the guy wasn't moving. He was AFK from the screen.
Hmm.
I lined my target right in the middle of his head with a sniper rifle. I shoot, it misses. I'm like, okay, not even moving, right? So then I run towards him and I melee, but I melee too early, and I just melee right in front of him, and then he shoots me.
I could see how that comical effect would like get you so
Like I
raged
was
out.
done, fucking done.
Fucking done. That almost became a motto of our clan for a while. Because we would just like get on you for that. Actually, Rob would say that like all the time. Anytime something
Yeah.
would come up, I'm done. I'm fucking
No, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
done. Oh, we percolated that thing anytime we had the chance to, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I really didn't play. Like I said, I never played that many video games. You know, came over from that Wii to play Call of Duties, and really, I didn't venture out for Call of Duty. I played a lot of Rocket League with my buddy, but once I realized I sucked at it, I kind of gave up on it. But I played all those different Call of Duties with you, and I could still jump into another Call of Duty and probably play pretty decently.
We're gonna have
But
to again. That's the only
but
thing. That's everybody we know. Just that's all they do.
but it's just
Battlefield
so
is just kind of like some people like it, but it falls apart real fast. Call of Duty is like what we've been doing for years
Call of
since
Duty just
since the
it's
second one, I
so like
think. Or
fast paced though. Like they want to flip spawns so much earlier to make you never know where people are going to be coming from.
well, it keeps the
And
excited factor going. That's the reason why it's been so popular because you can't ever like stop. You can't stop and take a breather. You're on the ball the whole game, or you get kicked off of
which is
it and
why
you're
I just
sitting
kind of
on.
like the earlier Call of Duties because the earlier Call of Duties attempted to do the opposite more. You could hold the line if you chose to.
Yeah, but there was still the action part that was like almost right there, almost immediately.
Well,
So if you just move
somebody
out there, you're
exploited it,
going to
but
be in a
they
gunfight.
exploited it by being action. Originally, they didn't think people were going to jump ahead so much. They thought people would, play it like how you play the single player. But when somebody was just able to go right through the line and kill everybody, it's like we have to recalibrate how, people are going to be playing defensive. So then they made all those grid maps that
But
are
you know what?
very
It's
like,
hard to do that because anytime one person changes the perspective a little bit, then they want to go and tweak it. Then they're like, okay, we went too far. And they go to try to tweak it back. You're like, okay, we went too far. They can never.
I mean, it's
There's
like the
like
same,
with the
like
first person, there's never going to be a perfect balance, no matter how hard you try it.
I don't
Every,
care what people say, but always the best gun to me is the most accurate assault rifle. If it's really slow shooting, maybe you might go with one that's a
yeah,
little
like
bit
the
faster shooting.
Peacekeeper. Do you remember
But
the Peacekeeper?
but more, yeah. Well, Peacekeeper is great, but that's what I'm saying. Like the SA-805, that's what I chose in Ghost
Mm-hmm.
because it was just solid, accurate. I don't remember what all the other, but every game I
Remington
always
or the
chose.
AK, I'd go with either of those because those are pretty accurate. They were slow, but like Remington was
The
slower but more accurate.
Remington was too slow, but I'm saying like solid, accurate, and distant, accurate and far. But you don't have to choose a light. Like Black Ops 2 did a good job with the light machine gun, being useful type attitude.
Yeah, Black
But
Ops really like opened the field for some of those slower things to get used. Black Ops seems to really kind of cater towards that. The other ones are like
well,
trying to put
look
everything
at
in
the
its
new. There's a
perspective.
new. I don't remember what it's called. If somebody's listening, I don't know if you're putting this on Twitch or not.
Yeah,
But
it's on Twitch
there's
too. So
there's a newer game that you can download on PlayStation. That's another battle royale game, and they kind of have the same idea as all those, Black Ops 3 type scenarios where you can, I mean, you have different kind of characters that can do different kind of special things.
do you remember that
Provided
crazy scenario
Black
that you
Ops
you play on Black Ops 3? That was that arcade with the monkeys, the zombie. Remember that one?
Zombie.
You're looking like, you know, bird's eye view. You can
Oh
contra,
yeah, 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 yeah,
move
yeah,
around and
yeah.
shoot. That was fun.
That was like, yeah, yeah, that was interesting.
I hated it when Sal would instantly go, "No, we gotta go in first person shoot." Why? You point and aim. It's so easy. It's not hard. Apparently, he never really liked Contra, but I love that concept. That's what the weird stuff with Call of Duty games I seem to like the most, like the prop hunt for the World War II, and that, yeah, I don't know what you thought
Well,
about the prop hunt.
I think that's just. I mean, I love prop hunt. I thought it was fun. I think that's just the idea of because we do the same thing so many times. I mean, we always loved it if we could get enough people to do fun stuff with um, custom matches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I've been in a few places where you had like 18 people and they had custom matches. that would just get really, really fun games. Or if everybody would follow the rules, it would be a lot more fun than if somebody didn't follow the rules. And he just did follow the rules. I mean, there's no reason to try to be a dick.
Yeah, we got to get back into that at some point, man. We've been away from that for so long. So
Maybe.
long.
What are you saying? The new Call of Duty?
Well, like I'm not gonna say like let's go buy the new Call of Duty right now because we've got.
The new one doesn't should come out probably in November, like it usually does.
Yeah, I'm just saying like we got what April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay, well it's 7 month. Well, yeah, 7 months away, but still. Um, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could afford to buy the new one right now, or the what is out there. I mean, I already have the Battlefield and only played that like a handful of times. It'd be nice if we all like stayed on one game. We're on the same platform, but if we stayed on one game, which I thought we were going to do Battlefield because Zodiac was like, "Oh, I'm going to get Battlefield, so let's go Battlefield."
Yeah, I said I probably, wouldn't because I don't know. I mean, I like certain aspects of Battlefield, but they just get so weak sometimes.
This one's actually not so bad. This one's actually pretty good compared to the other one. I like this one a lot better than the other one. But, it just came down to some of the controversy. Everybody's getting, on the creator's ass about, oh, women weren't in it or, this wasn't in it. It's like, it's a video game. There's plenty of things about this game that aren't particularly real. You know, uh, Plenty of things. You can't just bandage yourself up after a bullet shot. Go like, I'll just go out there and do whatever. I don't know, but
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
so much controversy with that stuff. I don't know why. Why does it have to
People,
be? Why does it
people
have to be
complain
such
about
a
everything.
what?
People just complain about everything. It's true.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I guess. Well,
I
you
mean,
gotta have to have something to talk
actually, it's
about or
funny.
complain
It's
about.
funny you say that. I I need to get a bunch of trash removed from my house, and I'm just gonna rent a garbage truck. And I'm looking at the reviews, and I'm looking for the best one. This dude has 78 5-star reviews and not one 4-star or lower. Like, how does that happen? How does he get 78 people to
For a
I mean,
trash truck?
for a trash truck company? He's like, they show up within a couple hours. They pick it up within a couple hours of whatever you say. He's like, the guy's legit. It's good prices. The trash trucks looks like new. There's no issues. There's never any issues. Five
Dude, wouldn't that be an
70
awesome game to
70
make? It'd be
things.
like Paperboy, except for you're moving around, grabbing people's shit, throwing it in the back of the truck, and driving away. They could make a game like that. Call
Trash truck.
a trash truck instead of Paperboy. You remember Paperboy? Did you play that long ago?
I've played it before, but every time I played it, I thought, like, I get why nobody wants to play this because this just seems like a chore job.
It is a chore
Throwing
job. I
papers,
actually got pretty
throwing
good at that
papers.
though. Like it got hard at the end because like everything just comes at you. Dogs, vehicles getting in the way, cats, animals, pets, people walking around. You're supposed to throw it in their, on their door, get it on their door. Half the time you might get it through the window.
Half the time. Whatever. You know?
Maybe less than half the time, but
I mean, it would probably, realistically, a paper probably wouldn't break the window if you were to throw it. Maybe some people's windows, but not the good ones. Not my
no.
windows.
No, you really couldn't. I don't know why they thought you
Some people's
could.
like, because I think back in the day, people had those like really thin glass windows. Maybe those it would just like shatter right through.
I don't know if you could have a window that a newspaper could crack or break. I mean, it's
Not
literally just
now.
paper.
not now, but
No,
that
but
game
even then,
came out
it's
in
literally just paper.
1985
Unless you got a
or
steel rod
that,
sticking in the middle of it. I don't know, man. I just
1986 people didn't think as much about safety, and people didn't even care as much about weather and all that. They're just
people just had that bad of glass.
because air conditioners. I mean, they had it all in 1986. I'm not saying they didn't, but realistically, it was like a generation or two generations ago where
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying. And Paperboy doesn't even have to symbolize 1980, when it came out. It could be like the
I
50s.
don't fully. I'm not fully on board with that. I don't know how you could break glass with a paper. It'd have to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying you've seen those houses that are like
Oh,
you probably
sure.
you probably could.
Like if it was an
Or if you,
1800s building or something like that. But
yeah,
I don't know, man.
but you don't see what kind of houses Paperboy's got paper deliveries in.
Hmm. You know what? Like you make an interesting point. Like some of those older games were like a job kind of grinding. They do that a lot now
Yes,
though. Like
I said that last time. Yeah,
no, but like you play Final, and I'm sorry to say this, but like I played Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 11. There's so much grinding that goes in the game. I'll do the same dungeon every other day or every night just to level up, just to get new gear, and I got to do like 3 hours of grinding. Almost the same exact, because if I'm playing tank, I'm like people want to go to do the same dungeon. You do the same exact steps, the same route, and for after 3 hours of doing the exact same identical thing that I just did the day before and the day before that, it's like a job. It seems like people are, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. We're still doing, game jobs. We're still doing the same thing we just did beforehand and trying to find some way to make it fun. Or they're trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's like you grind with games. You're just doing the
grind
same shit
grinding
over and
has
over
to be
again.
fun. That's like the
But that's
hardest
that's
part of
that's what like
making
that's what
a
drove me
game
away from
or
some of these
grinding is
things.
fun.
But
Because
that's I'm
grinding
just you're saying
grinding
it's
is
fun.
grinding is inevitable in every game.
Yes, true.
So I'm saying you have to make a game where grinding is fun.
I don't know how you can do that. I mean, after a while, there's all like, especially if you're trying to like statistically or analytically get something done quicker, you have to do this particular thing this particular way in order to do it so much faster. You know, like we were doing Castlevania, you're telling me like, oh, sit them in here and let the familiars level up and stuff after overnight. You know, that's a little different because you're not doing it so much, but you know what I'm saying. Like this is the best place to go. And then I got bored of that, and I tried the merman area with the demon after he was like level 20 something, and then he would just like fly down and attack everything, and it'd be like, oh, this is awesome. I don't, it seems a little faster because there's just so many mermen just popping out of the woodworks all the time. But you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to grind in your game, your phone app game?
Well, that's pretty much all you do. The reason it doesn't get boring is because you have time limits. Everything's timed.
Well, what
So
about like
fancy.
Clash of Clans? Remember when we played that? We had to kind of grind that out every 12 hours. We had to kind of get into that and play it.
Yeah, Clash of Clans is just inevitable grind where no matter what.
I think it was kind of fun for the fact that once you made a good base, people couldn't break it down. But I actually kind of quit because after a certain amount of time, it didn't matter what kind of base you made. It just popped down like 12, 15 giants with an angel or two, and it just did get almost everything. It's so hard to stop anything.
Yeah, down the line, people who are attacking had the advantage in that game,
Yeah,
and that's the opposite of how this game is. People with defense have the advantage in this game. People's
that's
defenses tend to work better than
And you know, it's kind of weird. Like, what overall in real life, attacking seems to be the best thing, but once you have a solid enough defense, hardly anything can stop you. So, you know, the old saying is like a good defense is the best defense is a good offense. But then people could switch that around and stuff. Mostly when it comes to games, in the end, it's mostly defense that's like touted as the best way, you know, to have a good game. Like if you
Well,
got a really good defense,
to get up in the higher ranks, you can attack and attack and attack, and that'll put you in the higher ranks. But if people are destroying your defense every time, you'll be right back down low as soon as you get up top. You actually need to be able to have both. You need to constantly attack, but you also need to have a defense that at least at least enough intimidates people to not want to bother attacking it
mm-hmm.
because they know like either you're gonna like, it's usually like regens and revivers and immunity people, and they just kind of semi each hit heavy because you have attack built into all of them because you have good runes. So they keep hitting you, and none of them are really attackers, but they just keep hitting you. And if you try to hurt them, they just either revive or regenerate or clean themselves up or heal.
I don't know, man. So, what kind of strategy games, besides the game you keep talking about, would you consider? Because you tell me about Summoner's War, like all the time.
Other strategy games. I mean, I played a little bit of Civilization, but I don't know. I never really, like I said, I didn't play too many games back in the day.
I didn't play, like I played because other people wanted to play a lot of the time, and it wasn't so much like I was so overly into it. Like I wanted to do other outside things more so, but it every time I wanted to do stuff with other people, it always ended up becoming a game. At the end of the day, it's just always
I
like that.
I
Like,
played a lot of golf game for a while. Tiger Woods PGA 2007 to 2012 or 13. I played all those. I played a lot of that stuff. Golf games. I played Mario Golf.
you seem pretty wiped out, dude.
I am pretty wiped out.
Yeah.
It's hard on a joystick to be able to go directly down and directly up and hit a straight shot. Tiger Woods or any golf game.
Did you like the Wii version the best?
Yeah, I was ranked really good, really well in the Wii version for a while, but man, those people are intense.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
miss like one tournament, suddenly you're 20 ranks lower.
Yeah, that's what's kind of hard because like even that other game, that card game that was that defense, war game. What was it called? It was on a PS4 though.
The tank game,
It wasn't a tank game. No, it was not a tank game.
card game.
No, well, you could build your defense. You send out your troops, and they just kind of do whatever to try to get there. They'll go through whatever obstacles they have to go through to get there. And I
Was
wish I
it
could
battle something?
battle. Maybe I don't remember the damn. I can't remember the name right now.
I know what you're talking about though.
But
I mean,
we
I
both
guess
had
there were.
that.
You're right. I guess there were no tanks. There were just like cannons and all that.
No, it was sniper towers. It was bunkers and stuff, and you just
Yeah,
sent
you
regular
like that
troops.
game. I like that game too, but it just got
I
repetitive.
was ranked really high. I, like like I kept competing with everybody else. I was some days, depending upon the day, I was ranked number 4 for the day, or ranked number 50 for like the week or something like that. But I was really high on the list. But I had to keep up every day. Like if you want to stay competitive and stay on a high rank, you can't stop. You stop one day, you take a vacation day, you're not. You might come back, but they have to take a break, and very unlikely they're gonna want that. It's like
Yeah.
you can't stop. You got to keep going.
Yeah, video games can be so demanding.
Yeah, that's the hard part though. Is because like, remember when you were younger and you played some of the arcade games like the pinball machines and stuff, and people would put their names in there, or some of the arcade stuff where you
That
win.
was like I was a little too young for all that though.
Uh, I wasn't.
I mean,
I
I mean,
like
I
a
was
couple games.
every once in a while I'd be able to get my name on some kind of list, but it never really like interested me by that time
Hmm.
because I don't know, there's more things coming out.
Yeah, I'd either put my name or either I'd put my name in, or I'd type out ass or something like that. Just leave it there.
That's dirty.
It was. I know. I remember like one game I played with my friend was Streets of Rage 2. We'd always compete with each other. Like I'd play Axel and he'd play Max, but Max always does more damage than Axel because if you do more damage, you get more points. So I'd always be competing with him for points the whole time. And when I beat him in points, like he'd complain, but I'm like, dude, you had every opportunity to make more points than I did, and I still beat your score. It's not my fault, not my problem. But
What game is that?
Streets of Rage 2, remember on the Sega?
No.
Never played it?
Nope.
You're missing out. That was a good one.
Played a lot of Super Mario at that time.
I almost want to get that again. Like get some of those old brawlers and just like put them up there and play it. I think I actually have that though. I think I have that. But dude, you look like you're gonna pass out. You're on mute. I can't even hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you, dude.
Really?
Now I hear you.
Oh, my laptop's on low battery. Maybe it just shut off when it went to low battery.
Maybe so.
Oh.
I don't know, man. If you're kind of tired, maybe we should postpone. Let's do this a different day.
Yeah, let's do it a different day.
All right. Well, okay. Sorry, everybody. This wasn't a longer show. We'll have to come back and make it a longer show and get something, going here when Brad is a little more awake, not as tanked. You drinking what? I don't know how much you freaking drank tonight, but geez, man.
Probably about the same amount I drank when I hung out with you.
Wow. That's okay.
What does that mean to people?
That's quite a lot. I think I had more at that point, but I don't remember anymore.
I don't know. We mixed liquor and booze that night, but
Yeah, we had a lot. So, okay, well, thanks everybody for watching this little tidbit of games and whatever. Brad's gonna fall asleep on the couch, and I'm gonna go watch something and hit the sack. So. Have a good night, Brad. Have a good night, everybody else who's here. Sleep well. And don't let the bed bugs bite, I guess. I'll be on technically today for some front mission later on in the evening. And I don't know if Brad will be there or not, but I will be there playing some front mission later today. On 3:20, March 20th, 2019. And yep. Good night, everybody. I'll catch you later.